Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Horror Master, and today I will be reviewing Gameoverse. So yes, I know I'm super late to this conversation as the pilot came out 11 days ago now. Well, technically it's still like 10 days years old, but it's about to be 11 days years old because at the time of me recording this, it's not 6 o'clock yet. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, I am going to be reviewing Gameoverse today. I was meant to review this pilot on like the weekend it came out, but I unfortunately got sick again. Like, I literally got sick twice, which is why I haven't been uploading that much lately. Thankfully, I'm much better now. I'm about 100% better now, which is great. Meaning I can get back to that means I can get back to posting more videos. And yeah, I know there hasn't been a lot of long-form content lately and stuff. I've been trying my absolute best to post as many videos as I can, but getting sick, dealing with my personal life, and on top of just procrastinating has gotten me to really not be making as much videos. But thankfully, since my life is getting a lot less busy now with school and stuff, coming to an end for me and stuff, thankfully, I will be able to start posting more videos. And until I get to summer vacation, which will be incredibly soon, I will be trying to post like one video a week, like one video during the week, one video on the weekend, like Friday or something like that. And yes, I do consider Friday part of the weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying to post 2 to 3 videos a week because I want to really get back to making more videos and stuff, because I know like everybody's been wanting more videos and stuff, and I've been trying my best to make some more videos, and now since everything's calming down for me, I can be able to get back to some more long-form content, because I know for the past year or so, I haven't been posting as much long-form content. I'm going to be trying to post more plush videos once my biggest project, the Horror Master Road Season 4, ends and stuff. I'm going to be trying to post more side content, like getting back to the usual content I used to make, like back in like early 2025, 2024, 2023, that type of content, rather than, long waits between shows and stuff, and just triggers you videos. And yeah, I know my channel's been kind of like, it's kind of been different, because I've just been posting like 2 main things, shows and triggers you videos, and that's basically it. So I mean, and sometimes sometimes I'll post like a review there and there, but it's like I haven't been posting any plush videos or anything like that, so I'll be trying to get back to that as fast as I can, probably once Season 4 of the Horror Master Road concludes and stuff. So yeah, that's just a quick update on my channel, which I bet most of you aren't here to see, but for my channel fans, some of you probably want to hear what's going on and stuff, and yeah, thank you for the support. We are so close to 5,000 subscribers, so if you can, please hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and support some of my videos, because they take quite long sometimes. Like, some of my triggers videos have been taking like 5 hours to make, and that's like that's including editing. Like, the recording usually doesn't take long, but editing triggers you videos are an absolute nightmare. Like, my Scream video took me, like, the reason why, like, it was posted so late, and it was because, like, it was taking me that long to edit the video, and that's also why it's not on 4K, because when I upload videos in 4K, they take a long time, and I didn't want to post the video by 12 o'clock, so I just uploaded in HD instead, because it would download much faster in HD. So yeah, sorry for the lack of long-form videos, but I should now be starting to post more of them more often, starting today, and yeah, and we're talking about Gameoverse. So this pilot was released on May 15th this year, and oh wow, it definitely had an interesting reputation for sure. Now, I haven't talked about any glitch shows outside of Digital Circuits, like I haven't talked about Gaslight District or Nice Guinevere and stuff like that. Now, the reason why I didn't review Gaslight District or Nice Guinevere is because, well, Gaslight District, I wasn't ready to, I kind of wasn't ready. Like, I wanted to talk about Digital Circuits first before Gaslight District, so I kind of pushed Gaslight District off until I got to Digital Circuits, and I just never wound up reviewing it. And for Nice Guinevere, I just, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's cool that Dana Terrace was able to make a numbered show once Glitch would allow Dana Terrace to make another show once Disney completely destroyed her show, but to be honest with you guys, Nicer Gwynnethere isn't really my cup of tea. It's okay, it's got an interesting premise, but it's honestly not my thing, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not really into that type of story. Like, I don't even really understand what's going on in Nicer Gwynnethere. I mean, when I did see the announcement for the Greenlit trailer, based off the footage we got for future episodes, the future episodes actually do look quite interesting, so I'm kind of curious of how those will turn out. I usually don't judge shows by pilots, because usually for me, the first episode will probably be the worst episode, and then it gets progressively better and stuff. Like, that's how I got interested into Digital Circus. If I just checked out the pilot episode, I would just be like, it's some goofy show. But as we're checking out the later episodes and stuff, well, obviously, as you can see, I became a huge fan of the show. And, you know, I'm definitely someone qualified to be a part of the fandom, but yeah, I'm definitely not getting involved with the fandom based off some of the things that have been going on. But today I will be talking about Gameoverse so here's how this video will be working. So usually I go over an episode pretty much every single scene or important scene, and I just kind of explain it and stuff. But I'm not going to be doing that for today's video, because I kind of feel like everyone knows what's going on in Gameoverse at this point. Like, I feel like it's just kind of pointless for me to talk about the plot rather than my thoughts. So today I'm just going to be kind of yapping about my thoughts. Like, I'll be going over the pilot first, obviously, but not for too long. I'm just gonna be going over the plot for maybe 2 to 5 minutes, and then I'm just gonna be yapping about my thoughts. Because I just kind of like to yap. Obviously, as you can tell by my video all the time, so I'm the freaking Penguin Zero 2.0 here. So, you know, if you want to call me that, because that's all I do. I just kind of yap and stuff, because I just feel like that's way more fun than talking about the plot. I don't know. Which type of reviews do you guys like me to do? Talk about the plot and then my thoughts, or just straight up yap about my thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. But this has been a long enough intro, so without further ado, let's get right into my thoughts. I'm just gonna go over the plot real quick and stuff, and then I'm gonna be going over my thoughts on the pilot, and I'll also be going over the potential feature of the show. The pilot starts off with a really cool looking intro. Like, this animation already looks amazing. Like, it reminds me, a mix of anime and, kind of, half 2D, half 3D type style. Because while this show is 2D, a lot of it looks 3D almost, as you can tell by this shot. Doesn't it not look almost like 3D? And then Kid fights this villain, which I honestly forgot the name of, sorry. And Kit and Caboodle combined together tries to shoot at the main villain here, and they both shoot at each other, and it does not turn out too well, to say the least. Her game world basically gets destroyed, and I honestly just feel really bad for Kit in this shot. You can tell, she just looks really sad that her own world got lost, her own planet, and yeah, I don't blame her. I would be pretty upset too if the Earth got destroyed as well. Then we get a cool-ass title card. Game over. Now, I don't know what's going on in this scene, but I guess, Kit, meets this guy named Dux, and now they're working for him. So I think that's what's going on. But we don't know, what happened after her flashback. But I think they're, but they're basically working for Dux. So that's basically all we know. But, we don't know how, how Dux hired Kit to work for him. We don't know what happened between them. We are just kind of thrown right in the middle of the plot here. And also, what's a weird choice too is in the trailer they show Kit and Caboodle saving Gobbles down there from its own world being destroyed. His world get destroyed, but they save him from being killed in its own world by the world being destroyed, but we don't get to see that here. They only show it in the trailer, so the trailer is actually canon for once. So if you guys are confused why Gobbles is just randomly sitting there on his iPad watching freaking Brain Rot or whatever, well then you should probably go check out the trailer. I honestly don't know why they did that, but I guess they wanted to make trailers canon or something. We also get a very interesting reference to the original Gameoverse. So if you don't know, there was this YouTuber named Rubberross, and he's been trying to get this show freaking a greenlit for a studio since freaking for years now. And no one would no one would greenlit this show for a pilot and stuff until Glitch came around, and well, that's how Gameoverse happened. And if you don't know, this was the original Gameoverse. It was just some kind of cheesy YouTube series that came out 16 years ago or something, and only got 4 episodes, and I never watched any of the episodes, but I do know the last one leaves off on a cliffhanger, so I think Rubberross wanted to make this a full animated show. And that's how this show ended up happening. It took a lot of years, but at the end of the day, we finally got it. Oh yes, I forgot to mention. No, I didn't. I already mentioned his name, but I'll repeat it again. His name is Gobble. I also love how he has a freaking deep voice, even though he should have a childish voice. I think he's 23 or something, so it makes sense, but doesn't he look like a little kid or something? So this scene is really important. So basically, whole part of the show is if the hero wins and defeats the villain, the game world ends, and they have to go and save the game world from being destroyed. Then we get introduced to the main villains: Syntax, Misinformation, and Paper Guy, and I forgot his name. Look, it takes me a while to know characters' names, okay? I only watched this probably 2 times. So the heroes get chased by the villains. Dog. What? Their ship crashes on the beach. Syntax is not happy. And then Caboodle gets lost by a shark. And then they basically get trapped in the beach for the rest of the episode. That's right, it took Digital Circus 7 episodes to get a beach episode, but for Gameoverse, we got one right away. In its very first episode, and you can probably guess how that turned out. And then Kit changes into her
swimming costume.
I also don't know why, for some reason, Kit looks specifically good in this shot. I'm not sure if it's her outfit or something, but the animators did a really great job with her in this shot. The other villains get down, and Misinformation changes into her
swimming costume.
They meet this shark named Flappers, and he's the main hero of this game world. And they're trying to look for Caboodle, and, well, this shark is pretty dumb.
He's got background character vibes. I've never kissed a girl dolphin before.
We also get to meet this cool-ass villain, which is the shark that took Caboodles earlier, named Snappers. They also go into this town, which obviously reminds Kit of her own town, and she gets some very serious PTSD, as you can see right here. I'm telling you guys, Kit's having a great time right here. She totally ain't traumatized. Also, sorry if I have the subtitles on for some shots. I'm just turn them on so I can remember some of the characters' names, because it takes me a while to remember people's names. Sorry. We also get this really cool shot, of Flappers going into the stage levels, which reminds me of Mario. You know, those 2D Mario games where you could just run around and pick a level. We also got a shot of that earlier in the episode, which I completely forgot to mention that, but it looks really cool here too. We get some more corny and goofy scenes with Caboodle and Snappers here. And then Dolphin got the paper, which he doesn't know is a bad guy. But, the paper guy isn't really what King Gobbles wants him to listen to, because the paper guy is telling Flappers here to go and defeat the villain, and King Gobbles does not want that, because you'll know what happens. Yeah, I still don't know the paper guy's name, I'm sorry. What makes this even more tough is that they can't even tell him what happens when he defeats the villain.
If you beat Snappers and win the game, this whole world is going to explode!
That happens. We get a very cute moment between Gobbles and Kit. Y'all know I love some character development scenes, and so I love this scene. Then we get a cool-ass final boss fight between Snappers and Flappers, which actually goes on for a while, and that's really cool. Then Flappers wins, and
I won! Tick-tock, fishnets!
Did I do this?
What?
everything goes wrong. Kit and Caboodle uses their army power, which I don't really know what it's called, but they combine together and then they launch out like a rocket ship, escaping the planet, including saving a duck, which is just adorable. I'm glad the duck wasn't left behind. And we get this honestly really sad scene. Like Flappers just literally lost his world over just defeating the villain they just needed to defeat. This show honestly has a really genius concept, and I can't wait to see where they go with it in the future. We also get a cliffhanger where we find the villain from earlier, and the villain is with the main villains and Afterkit. And then we get this banner-ass outro. By the way, those plushies look really sick. I actually might get one of them. Like, I'm not sure, like, I've been waiting to get some Digital Circus plushies for a while. Like, I want the Mage Jax plush and the Super plush. So I've been kind of trying to save my money for those, but to be honest, I can already buy them if I want to, but they won't go off pre-order because they're always on pre-order and stuff, which honestly really sucks. Like, I wish they would be in stock, but you know, they're just not yet. But I hope they are soon, though. But I actually might get one of these because I do really want to support this show. You'll see why once I get into my thoughts on it. And, like, I especially want the Kit plush. It looks super cool. And yeah, that concludes the part of Gameoverse. That section was meant to be much shorter, but I had to kind of explain everything at the start and stuff. But now let's get into my thoughts on this show. I honestly think this is by far the best pilot Glitch has released. Yeah, well, the Gaslight District pilot was really good. It did go by really quick and stuff. Like, it had a really fast pacing, and the plot was kind of hard to understand. But in this show, the plot is super simple, and despite the pacing kind of being a little fast at points, I actually thought for a pilot, the pacing was really good. I'll definitely start off with the positives, and then I'll move on to my negatives. I thought the characters were really good. Kid's an awesome protagonist. Caboodle is kind of that funny, grumpy character. Gobbles is adorable. I love him. And then, of course, we have the main villains, which I don't like as much as the heroes, but they're still really good characters. Syndex is a hilarious villain that he doesn't even, he doesn't like how big he is and stuff. It's pretty funny. And then Misinformation is also a great character. She's a great villain. She's hilarious, and I'm not gonna mention her swimming costume. I also really like the main setting of this episode. Despite the some of the things fans are going crazy over, the beach setting was actually a great setting for the episode. It allowed us to introduce us to some unique characters. Flappers is a great character. Snappers is also a great character. I also forgot he dies at the end of the pilot. And it allowed them to do a very emotional ending with Flappers' world being just flat out destroyed. And it was honestly a really sad and memorable moment for the show. And unlike some other glitch pilots like Gaslight District, where I thought the characters were really good, but I didn't really they didn't click with me, they didn't connect me as much as Digital Circus characters. The Gameoverse characters I'm really interested in, and I'm honestly and they just kind of clicked for me this time. The characters clicked for me, and I feel connected with them and stuff, and now I'm excited, and now I'm curious to see what's gonna be happening to the characters and stuff, and yeah, honestly, I'm very interested to kind of see where the characters came from. I mean, I know they came from games and stuff, but are the games was every universe created at the same time? Were the characters born to defeat the villains? Honestly, who knows? But this pilot had really great characters. The animation also looked so good too. Despite the show being 2D animated, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes the show also looks kind of 3D as well. It's obviously 2D, but some shots look so good that they might as well be 3D. And just the way the characters move and stuff. I know it can look a little choppy at some points, but honestly, it doesn't really bother me. And the animation style is so good looking. The way the characters' expressions are, the fight scenes and stuff. It just all looks fantastic. It's definitely Glitch's one of Glitch's best looking shows, if not their best looking show. In the voice cast, and while some of the voices for some characters are a little unexpected, like for Gobbles and stuff, the voice actors did a really great job here. Gobbles' voice sounds really good. Kid's voice sounds amazing. Just like the voices sound really like the voices just sound really good, and you can tell the voice cast put their all into this show. Snapper sounds good. Misinformation sounds good. Just Flapper sounds really cute too. Like everyone just sounds great here. The only voice I'm a little mixed on is the villain introduced at the beginning, that robot girl at the beginning, whatever her name was, I forgot her name. But I'm honestly a little mixed on her voice. It sounds alright, but I honestly expected the voice to be much deeper, rather than, super, girly and stuff. I thought it was gonna be, when I first saw that giant-ass robot, I thought it was gonna be something like,
"Hey kid, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm a giant-ass robot with incredible powers, and all you are is some stupid cat in a Mega Man-style costume. You are pathetic, none of the game rules are going to be safe."
That's what I thought the voice would sound like, but I'll probably get used to the voice and stuff. The voice isn't bad or anything. But, I was expecting something a little more deeper. But, Gobble's voice exists too. And I like his voice, so I'll probably get used to that voice too. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this pilot. Now let's, for the positives, now let's talk about some negatives. Because while I don't have too many, I do have a couple concerns for the show. For one, I'm kind of concerned about filler episodes. Now, what do I mean by filler episodes? I kind of mean that, I feel what I'm trying to say is I'm hoping that we do get some more filler episodes, where we can get more used to these characters, because despite the characters being great in this episode and even me connecting to them, I do feel like we do need an episode or two where we could just spend some time with the characters, kind of like Digital Circus, where we get more used to the characters rather than a plot-driven episode. Because this pilot, one of the main issues with it is we had to just this pilot was in a situation where we just kind of had to jump right into the plot. And while the pilot did start off with Kit's backstory, it's just jumped us right in the middle of the plot. We don't know, what really happened before outside Kit's backstory. We don't even know who Dux is, really. We were just kind of thrown right in the middle into the mission. And I honestly felt that's okay for the pilot, obviously, to throw us right into the middle of something. But I would if the show, took its time more. And we got a few episodes where they were more filler-type episodes. Because I do feel an indie show should have at least, one or two filler episodes. That was, kind of the problem Murder Thrones had. The show, basically had no filler. So, you had a little filler there and there. But, it had, no filler. It was mostly, plot-driven. So, for the people who got, wanted more screen time with, N and Uzi and stuff, we really didn't get that. We did, but, I feel Murder Thrones should have had, 15 episodes, and most of them should have been, wrapping, kind of, easing out the plot, and some of the episodes should have been us getting more used to the characters, because I feel we really didn't get used to the characters in Murder Thrones, because we're kind of rushing to the end and stuff. There's so much plot in that show, and we're crammed into only 28 20-minute episodes. And I hope Gameoverse doesn't do that. I hope that the show does take its time and doesn't rush throughout the plot. Because I feel that's the best you can do with the show. Have the show be plot driven, but give us a few episodes to just kind of breathe and stuff, and just get us more used to the characters and then go back to the plot. I feel that's what, Gameoverse should do. Digital Circus did much better with the characters in Murder Thrones, and I would argue that Digital Circus didn't need any more episodes. Like, I feel like we did get enough time with the characters and stuff, but I will be a little honest. I do feel like we could have probably benefit from like one more episode for Digital Circus, like to just kind of freshen out the characters. I mean, I know like episode 6 was kind of the episode where we got to freshen out the characters and stuff, but I honestly feel like it wasn't enough. I'm honestly okay with just 9 Digital Circus episodes, but I felt like we could have had just one more episode to freshen out the characters. Like, I felt like Digital Circus was so close to coming in perfect, but I feel like it just needed that one extra episode. Or we could have had shorts in between, too, because Gooseworks did say he wanted to do some shorts, but that just kind of never wound up happening. Well, I mean, I guess unless you count, like, the merchandise shorts and stuff. But yeah, I don't want Gameoverse or actually any of Glitch's shows to have this problem, because I feel like, the one thing, like, Glitch shows could improve on is kind of balancing filler along with plot-driven episodes. And I feel like that's what, like, Gaslight District and Gameoverse should do. And for Knights of Guinevere, I honestly don't really understand the premise of that show, but I feel like it could be the same for Knights of Guinevere as well. And I do really hope that one of the Glitch shows, I actually do like limited series better than just a Dragon series, because I don't want the show to get bad or anything. Like, don't get me wrong, I love SpongeBob. But you know, like, I am honestly a fan of the new episodes. I'm on the modern SpongeBob fans, but I do have to admit, sometimes it does feel like they're running out of ideas, and some of the episodes are just kind of shit. And I don't want that to happen to any of the Glitch shows, but I am just saying, I do hope that one of these Glitch shows, probably Gameoverse, I hope we get a season 2, like a show with, like, multiple seasons, like a season 2, like, even if it was just one more season, I'd honestly be happy with that, because I feel like just shortened shows to, like, 8 to 10 episodes, it's honestly a little too short for some shows. Like, some shows have a lot to explain, and you're just kind of cramming it into, like, one season of short episodes. Like, I felt like that's what Murder Throne's problem was. Like, I feel like that's why, I know it's probably not gonna happen, but that's why I would have liked a Murder Throne season 2. I feel like we do need a season 2 of Murder Thrones. Sure, the series has a beginning, middle, and an ending, but I feel like the show didn't have enough. Like, I feel like we need a season 2 to get us to know the setting more, that, like, the life the characters are having. And I do feel like shows like Gameoverse could benefit from that more. Like, it's not really a negative, but that is kind of a concern I do have. Another concern I do have is how are they gonna, like, make the episodes fresh? Because if the show's about saving Game World, like, how are we gonna, like, is every episode just gonna be the same thing where we're just saving characters from Game Worlds? Like, how are we gonna make that work and keep it fresh? You know what I mean? Like the first episode was about trying to save the Sea World. And are we just gonna keep cycling that? Like, are we gonna save a Western world and a Ghost world and a volcano world or something, or desert world? Like, are we just gonna, like, do those? Are we just gonna do that plot over and over again? Like, how are we gonna do that without the show being fresh? Like, are we gonna have shows not about saving episodes about not saving game worlds? Like, I'm kind of curious on how they're gonna make that work. I do think they already got a lot of the episodes written out, basing off, like, I do think the show's already greenlit. Like, the show's already doing well. Glitch is already releasing animes for this show and stuff, so I do feel like it's already greenlit. I mean, it's already got, like, more views than Knights of Guinevere, so it's definitely getting greenlit. And I do feel like they got some plan with Gameoverse and stuff. I'm just hoping the episodes can keep staying fresh and stuff, along with, like, more plot-driven episodes. So yeah, that's all I'm just trying to say here. But now talking for the actual episode, like, well, obviously I already mentioned the pacing. If I had to nitpick something else, is there any more nitpicks I would give it? I did wish we got to see the character saving gobbles. Like, even though we already saw in the trailer and stuff of Kit and Caboodle saving gobbles, Like, I kind of wish we saw it in the episode, because, I mean, if 19 million people saw the episode and only 9.9 million saw it, not everyone probably seen Gobbles being saved. So I wish for the people who haven't seen the trailers, I know some people don't like watching trailers for spoilers and stuff, like, they just want to go into it completely blind. Like, I felt like they should have included that, like, I wish they could have somehow kind of crammed it into the episode in some way or another. But outside of that, I honestly don't have any other nitpicks with the pilot. In terms of how the pilot is, it's honestly really good, and I'm honestly pretty excited for more episodes of this show. While I wouldn't say so far the show is as good as Digital Circuits, I'm definitely going to crown it as the second best show Glitch made. It's pretty close to Digital Circuits' level of being good. Now I do want to talk about, briefly about the potential feature of Gameoverse. Now, for one, I definitely think it's getting greenlit, no doubt. The pilot is such a success, it actually got 10 million views faster than the Digital Circuits pilot, which is just insane. So I feel like this pilot is definitely going to get greenlit, and this show is getting greenlit for more episodes. I mean, it's kind of clear that Glitch is already greenwitting it, it's just not announced yet. And since, Digital Circuits is also coming to an end soon, I feel like this historic Glitch is going to start releasing more episodes of their show. Like, the reason why we haven't gotten any Gaslight District or Knights of Guinevere episodes yet is because they've been trying to wrap up Digital Circuits as fast as they can. And they did say that Gaslight District isn't getting any more episodes until Digital Circuits ends. And now, since the series is coming to an end, I feel like we will be getting Gaslight District Episode 2 extremely soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we get, like, a Gaslight District Episode 2 by, by July, August, or September. Like, I wouldn't be too surprised if we get a Gaslight District, like, right after Digital Circuits Episode 9 releases. And now, since Gaslight District and Knights of Guinevere are probably going to start pumping out more episodes, Gameoverse is, I'm thinking, it's probably going to get greenlit, like, by the end of this year, probably, like, in, probably close to the end, probably, like, August or September or something like that, maybe somewhere in there. Like, probably, like, either after or before Gaslight District Episode 2 releases, that's what I'm guessing. And I do honestly see Gameoverse becoming Glitch's big next show. Like, the show that's going to replace the big Digital Circuits. Like, the next big show for Glitch. I mean, I could see Gaslight District being their next big show, but honestly, with how well Gameoverse is doing, I wouldn't be surprised if Gameoverse becomes, like, Glitch's, like Mickey Mouse. Like, I'm not saying they're going to catch Callaway or anything, but I do feel like they might market that show a lot, like, the most, just like how they did with Digital Circus. Because Digital Circus, they, obviously, they've been making a lot of deals with Digital Circus and stuff. Like, I mean, they literally got the final episode into movie theaters. And sure, while there's been a lot of trauma about it recently, including the episode being leaked online, it's still really cool that they were able to get the final episode to release in theaters. They did pop-up stores with Digital Circus, cafes for, like, they even, like, made a whole restaurant for episode 4 of Digital Circus just to promote the episode. Like, that's crazy. They made Omni burgers and stuff. And I feel like they will do that with Gameoverse too, because since this is probably going to be their big next show, since the pilot's doing extremely well right now, I feel like they're going to be able to make a lot of deals with Gameoverse. Like, whether it's, like, cafes or even, like, maybe even, like, I know Glitch is, like, hiring, like, is currently hiring for, like, something about games or something. Maybe they'll make a video game with, like, Gameoverse. I mean, I think no doubt they'll probably do, like, a Digital Circuits or Murder Drones game first, but I could see them also making the Gameoverse game since, I mean, the show has game in its name, like, you know? Like, it would make a lot of sense. Like, I feel like Glitch is going to be promoting this show a lot, for the future of the fandom, I'm not really going to go into much of it, but the fandom's already been giving Glitch a lot of trauma about Gameoverse. Like, they're calling, like, freaking Glitch no longer indie and stuff just because they said, like, buy our merch or something in their recent Gameoverse merch video. Like, Glitch has always done merch videos. Like, for every episode they release of their show, like, every pirate they release, they've always done merch. Like, why are we, why are we doing trauma about merch now if Glitch has always done this? Like, I feel like people just find an excuse to rude all the time. It's ridiculous. But yeah, the fandom's already been pretty crazy for Gameoverse, especially for the fan service. Because, yeah, as you can tell by Kit and Misinformation speech costumes, it has sponsored a lot of, it has spreaded a lot of fan service, say the least. It made the fandom go crazy. But yeah, I'm not going to get into much more of the fandom. I don't really like talking about fandoms. But, the fandom's probably going to turn out interesting. I hope the Gameoverse fandom isn't as bad as Digital Circus, because I definitely feel like the Digital Circus fandom kind of made the whole Digital Circus journey kind of worse, because, like, freaking Gooseworks is so burned out now. Like, you're supposed to be excited for the finale of your show to come out, and just to be burned out like that is just, like, tragic. So I hope Gameoverse doesn't become like the Digital Circus fandom, because that'd just be horrible if it did. And now for when I think Episode 2 Gameoverse will be releasing. I honestly shouldn't even be talking about Episode 2, but like I always do talk about the release dates of episodes. Like, I always predict the episode's release date, but every time I do a review on one of Glitch's shows, mainly Digital Circus, which I haven't done in a while, because we've already known when Digital Circus episodes have been coming out ever since the freaking Glitch Direct. But this time we don't know when Gameoverse Episode 2 is coming out, so we are completely clueless about when the next Gameoverse episode is coming out. But if I had to take my best guess, I don't think we're gonna be getting Episode 2 for a while. I'm not sure if we're gonna be waiting another whole year for an Episode 2, but I could see it coming out by early next year, like January or February of 2027. Like, that's when I think it could come out. And maybe it could come out by, like, November, December by the end of this year. But considering that they probably want to now put their focus into, like, Gaslight District and Knights of Glenafear, I do honestly think we won't be getting the Gameoverse Episode 2 probably until, like, probably early next year, if I had to take a guess. I could see us waiting a good 7 to 10 months for an Episode 2. That's my prediction, and yeah, and maybe it will come out in 6 months or something. Who knows? Like, I mean, Digital Circus Episode 2 came out in 7 months after the pilot episode, so maybe we'll get a Gameoverse Episode 2 by October or something. But I do think they do want to focus on their other 2 shows right now, so I do feel like we will get a Gameoverse Episode 2 could come out by January or February next year. So that's my guess, but we don't even know yet. I probably shouldn't even be talking about an Episode 2 right now, since the pilot literally came out, but I'm just making my predictions. But yeah, that's going to be doing it for today's video. I know this was a pretty long video, but my reviews are always pretty long, so yeah, let me know if you guys made it all the way to the end of this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Gameoverse, and if you're excited for more Gameoverse content to come. And like I said in the beginning, I'll be trying to post more of these long-form videos often. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.